You might have noticed that I didn't do a video last week. I've been taking a break. I got married and was on my honeymoon and decided not to run at all on my honeymoon. So that was 9 days of no running. I feel rested, recharged, recuperated. I didn't take any time off really after the marathon and just got back into it because the first time I did a marathon last year, I stopped running to take a break, and that turned into a semi permanent break. I basically didn't run for 3 months, and then it was really tough getting back. So I thought if I just continued running straight after the marathon, it'd keep that momentum going, and I wouldn't sort of quit with post marathon blues because that really is a thing, I think. So yeah, it was amazing getting married, amazing honeymoon, a really good rest, and now it's back into it. Few days off, well, few days, 9 days off, and it's given me a chance to think about my next targets and my next goals. So I was lucky enough to get a place into Cardiff Half Marathon, which is on my birthday, the 5th of October. And so that will be sort of my next big race because I've also signed up for another marathon. So we have one not too far from us, so I'd call it local. It's the Abingdon Marathon, and that is, I want to say, either 2 or 3 weeks after Cardiff Half, so within the first couple of weeks of September. I spoke to my coach, and it's going to be an interesting one because I do want to improve dramatically on my half. But I will have all the marathon miles in my legs because I will be training for the marathon at the same time. And the marathon will happen basically at the end of my peak training, just before taper starts, or maybe within a couple of days of the taper starting. And then an all out marathon effort, and then only a few weeks before the marathon. I don't know how that will play out. Cardiff is a super half, so it will be busy, and I think that will have the same or similar environments to London, with lots of races, lots of crowds, and I don't think I perform well under those conditions. I'm just too worried about falling over, tripping, and not just having that space to be free and to run. So I will train for it to do a PB, but we'll decide sort of on the day whether it's going to be an all-out effort or more of an enjoyable run, long run, and stick to the marathon plan. If it does go really well, perfect, amazing, wonderful, regardless of what that means, because a PB is a PB at the end of the day. And then yeah, we'll see how the marathon goes. I've already decided. I think my issue with London was the crowds, the noise. So with Abingdon being a much more local, much quieter race, I should have the freedom to just run. And I'm not going to go out conservatively. I'm just going to go race effort from the get go, I suppose. Changing my tactics. I was too cautious in London and too worried about negative splits and making sure I don't go off too fast. And I was just overthinking it. I know what my paces feel like. And I think the overthinking really held me back. So yeah, just gonna go for it at that. But yeah, so from next week, at the time of posting this video, it will be 16 weeks to Cardiff, and then doing maths in my head is like 19 or 20 weeks to Abingdon. So that gives me a nice solid training block for either. And most people know, and my coach mentioned, the amount of training that you do for a marathon should put you in good stead for a half marathon. So having those two goals quite close together, doing similar sessions, I don't think will be too much of an impact. But yeah, it'll be a learning experience, trying something new. I think you learn a lot on each block, and learning and trying different things in each block until you get it right is the right way to go.
That's the first third.
First run back since the break, honeymoon, holiday, getting married, was Jullian's hill sessions. So Jullian is one of our club coaches, and he does a hill or a speed session on Wednesday evenings. Got back on Tuesday, and yeah, wanted to get back into running after taking pretty much the longest time off for a year. And so yeah, went to Jullian's hill sessions. Probably not the best session to come back on. It's surprising the amount of fitness, or the feel of fitness, that you lose just taking a short break. And also, I don't know if anyone else gets this, but I think air conditioning, because it was so hot. We were, humble brag, in the Dominican Republic, and yeah, you had to have the air conditioning on when sleeping. It was just too warm. And I felt like I can feel the air conditioning in my chest. I don't know if that's a thing, or I just caught something on the plane or whilst I was away. But yeah, I noticed it in my breathing on the hill session. Did about 10k in total with warm up and cool down. But yeah, it was tough. I do most of my hill sessions or hill sprint sessions on a treadmill, so doing it outside was really good. Running with a group of people always is more interesting and more motivating than just doing it on your own. And yeah, Jullian's amazing, so it was good to be involved in his session. So yeah, it was tough, really tough. Just easy running felt tough. That was sort of the mantra for the hill session, because it is a steep hill, it's a long hill, and you do reps of it either on the downhill or the uphill, and then you do hill sprints as the last sort of set. Tough, as I seem to keep on saying, but enjoyable. After Jullian's hill session, my second run back was this morning. Been busy over the last couple of days, and that was a park run. Haven't been to park run in a while. I went to my local park run at Lydiard Park, which is probably not the easiest of courses. There's a steady incline at the start and then a much sharper hill towards the end. And it's a lapped course, so you get it twice. But yeah, it was just fun. I do miss parkrun when I don't go to it sometimes. The community spirit, just meeting people that I know now very well, and just a familiar course where I don't really have to worry about anything and can just run. So that was fun. Did a 2.5k-ish warm-up, and then obviously parkrun is 5k, so did 7.5k-ish in total. But again, it still felt difficult. I know it's my second one back, and people say for each day that you take off after 3 or 4 days, you need a day back into running to get to that same level of fitness. So I'm not holding it against myself. I know that fitness will come. Give it a week and a half, 2 weeks at most, and I'll be back to normal. But yeah, what was sort of running at what should be my easy pace felt tough, which is always a barometer of how well your fitness is when you struggle at your easy pace. But yeah, like I said, it was fun to get out, good to do my second run. Yes, it felt difficult. My heart rate nearly reached its maximum heart rate, just to give you a level of indication of the effort. But then that could have been the sprint finish towards the end, because you've always got to finish on a sprint finish, right? But yeah, really enjoyed it. Thanks to Mike for coming out on short notice. I only decided I was going to do it sort of yesterday evening. So yeah, doing a long run or longer run, hopefully tomorrow, but we'll see about that.
How you feeling, Mike? Feeling good? Good chatty run. Yeah, nice and easy. Feels difficult coming back from a break, but it's a nice park run course to do, isn't it? As you can see,
It's not raining.
yeah, and it's not raining. The sun was out when we were doing our warm-up, but that seems to have gone.
Lots of vegetation, it's like the rainforest all over.
Hair start busy.
Oh, my hair, I got back and everyone was saying, you see you've been in the rainforest. Even though I tied my hair back.
It's quite mucky underneath, isn't it?
Oh, can you stay with tab?
I'm glad I wore my old shoes.
Oh, these are my new ones, but they're my only ones now because I wear mine too much. You don't realise. 3, 3, 2, 1. Glad we're just going to skip through.
Yeah, Jullian in our head. Ran through it. Sunday long run done. That feels weird because I always do my long runs on Saturday normally, but Sarah was very kind in allowing me to share her long run with her today. It's tough. We're doing a local race, Commonweal 10 on Wednesday, and so we did a sort of run there, recce of the route and back, and it's going to be a tough race. Not only is it supposed to be really hot, the terrain at points is muddy and wet, and it's supposed to rain until midweek, even though it's sunny and lovely today. And there is so many uphill sections and steep inclines which I know are going to kill me. It's just not going to be a race that I'm running to race. Also, I feel so unfit. I was complaining about how running just never seems to feel easy, regardless of breaks or a good training cycle or whatever. It always just feels tough, and yet we still keep on coming back to it. I don't know what that says about us as runners, but yeah, just lovely to go out. There were slightly new sections that I hadn't done before, which is always quite fun, and yeah, it's just a nice way to start an early Sunday morning in the sunshine. It was quiet with not many people out, and it was just good to chat and run. So again, the theme of this week is it was tough, but I think the break will have done me good in the long run, and yeah, just happy to be doing what I love, which seems to be running.